Welcome back to Logic and Set Theory. We definitely learn from our experience. And if we make a mistake and process this experience, our learning is going to be more meaningful. That is why in this video, we are going to talk about 4 test items in which more than 25% of the class made a mistake. Let's begin with the first item. The first item is a multiple choice question. Which of the following is logically equivalent to P implies Q? The first choice is Q implies P. This is the converse of P implies Q. The second choice, not P implies not Q, is the inverse of the given conditional P implies Q. The third choice, not Q implies not P, is the contrapositive. The last choice, the negation of P implies Q, has 0%. It means that no one answered this. Let's focus on letter A. This is the converse. Is the converse logically equivalent to the given conditional? For us to see if indeed this is logically equivalent or not, we need to go back to the truth table. I already highlighted the cells for P implies Q and not Q implies not P, which are the given conditional and the contrapositive respectively. When we speak of logically equivalent statements, we need to make sure that their corresponding truth values are the same. So for P implies Q, we have true, false, true, true. And for contrapositive, we have true, false, true, true. Indeed, the given conditional P implies Q and its corresponding contrapositive are logically equivalent. In the same manner, for inverse and converse, they have the same truth values. Thus, inverse and converse are logically equivalent. So let's go back. The truth table has shown that indeed letter C is the correct answer. And this is also interesting. We have letter D choice. What does it look like? The negation of P implies Q is logically equivalent to P and not Q. The negation of an implication is a conjunction of the premise and negation of the conclusion. Let's proceed to the next question. It's a multiple choice question. Which of the following is equivalent to a given conditional? It's obvious. The answer is contrapositive. The negation of the conditional, which is letter D, is not logically equivalent to the given conditional because the result is the truth value will be the opposite of the truth value of the conditional. Let's proceed to the next one. Which of the following is logically equivalent to the inverse of P implies Q? Let's take a look at the first choice. The converse of not Q implies not P. The converse of not Q implies not P is obtained by interchanging the premise and the conclusion. And so we got not P implies not Q. Let's proceed to the second choice. Inverse of not P implies not Q. How are we supposed to get that? We are going to get the negation of the premise and the negation of the conclusion, but we will not make any changes in the position. So we have P implies Q. Contrapositive of not P implies Q. So contrapositive is not Q implies P. We get the negation and then swap. Letter D, negation of P implies Q. This was introduced a while ago. It's P and not Q. Now let's go back to the question. We are looking for the inverse of P implies Q. We are looking for a statement which is logically equivalent to the inverse of P implies Q. What is the inverse of P implies Q? That's not P implies not Q, which is letter A. Let's proceed to the next one. If P is the statement, the angle is acute, and Q is the statement, the measure of the angle is less than 90 degrees, which is the English sentence for P implies Q. Many of you answer the first one if P then Q. But when we speak of English sentence, we need to replace the variables P and Q with their corresponding English sentences. And so the correct answer should be the third choice. The angle is acute only if its measure is less than 90 degrees. Take note that there are variants on how you're going to express the implication. It's a long list of ways of expressing an if-then statement. That is all, and I hope that you have learned something in this video. Remember that we can always learn from our mistake and be better learners. See you in the next video.